Single 40 podcast, episode 51.
51, man.
51, yeah. We left off at 45 before our last trip. Then we did the 5 episodes we did in Angeles that we've just recently posted. So this is the first time we're back in the studio shooting a podcast in damn near 2 months because we did all those ones over there. So here we go.
Yeah, it seems like it's been a while, but it also seems like it's been pretty quick. I mean, we've been back a month from our trip, and the trip, I blinked and it was over.
Yeah, it was fast back early December. It's good to have you back on the camera because I had to carry the podcast by myself with the guests.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was a good experience. It was good to see everybody. I think we've kind of got the mobile setup down, kind of decent, where we were able to like pack this stuff up and then film those things over there. So
yeah, thanks to our 5 guests. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed those podcasts if we've been posting them. But let's just get it straight into the trip. So we got over there and got up to Angeles City. I believe it was a Monday. And we got there early. We stayed in Manila the night before, and then we got up to Angeles City early in the afternoon and checked into the hotel. And then that night we congregated at the Carousel Hotel, and everybody showed up and went down to the Carousel bar to start it out.
Yeah, the Carousel. I mean, they renovated it a little bit, and I mean, honestly, I want to say I've been there a couple times, so like it was good to bring the party there. And
yeah, we got to give them a big shout out. Carousel Bar brought it for us. I mean, they had asked us on our last trip if we were interested in coming in and filming, and obviously we were. We've been there before. They had balloons with our single 40 on it. Like the place was packed. Like shout out to them. Thank you for having us.
Finally put a video together. I'll hopefully post it today or tomorrow. But yeah, no, it was awesome. I had a great time, and I mean, as much as like that big carousel's in the center, and it seems like there's not a lot of room in there. I mean, there was quite a bit of room, and everyone,
Yeah, we packed a lot of people. I mean, we don't have the number of how many people were with us. We'll get into some of the people we met that joined us for the first time later. But yeah, it was a bigger crowd than the last time, and obviously we gave people heads up. We'll get into our next trip soon and tell you the dates on that. But yeah, no, it was fucking pretty cool. I mean, because everybody was waiting outside, the bar, and then we all went in there and started partying, and yeah, the Carousel was awesome.
Yeah, no, it was good. I mean, this time around too, like we kind of, obviously we talked more about it, and we just invited, anybody to show up. And I mean, we didn't have like a crazy, amount of people that we didn't really know, but it was cool to, meet people that did show up, and we had a good time. So
from there, after we were there for, at least an hour, maybe a little longer, we walked over to Crystal Palace. So shout out to them for having us. And they had just recently reopened, and I think they've been open ever since, obviously. But that was a great setup. We had a great time there because the setup's big enough to take everybody that we brought. And they had some girl that was doing some dancing with it wasn't a pole dance. She had like, I don't know, ropes
she was like
curtains.
Swinging around on the curtains.
Insane.
Yeah, she was pretty athletic. And I mean, Crystal Palace is kind of crazy because I want to say one of our, at least the first trip or 1 or 2 trips in, like I remember going in there and then obviously we just never went back, and then it closed. So it was like cool to for it to be open, and it kind of wasn't just the same as what I remembered.
So the craziest part about when we were at Carousel, one of our friends, Iggy, came up to me and said, hey, his buddy wanted to propose to his girlfriend on stage. Could we set that up? And I was like, yeah, definitely, man. So I got with the people at the bar and was like, hey, grab the mic and, bring this guy and girl up on stage. This dude's going to propose. And they did it. So that was kind of wild that we got a marriage proposal at a single at 40 bar hopping event, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was, I didn't even know. I mean, I at that point, I think when we got there, I was feeling pretty good. And I remember being like, what is this guy doing? And
he went up there and proposed, and they were both wearing the shirts that we designed, that Adrian designed for us, that we gave out that night, the Aloha Mabuhay shirts. They both had one on, which was cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
I mean, I have to say, I've heard a rumor that they're no longer together. I don't know if it's true, but
hey,
maybe we'll find out in our comments. But whatever, if it worked, it worked. If it didn't, it didn't. But it was at least made for a cool fucking event at the party.
Yeah, no, it was definitely cool, and it was pretty. I mean, everyone was pretty stoked. All the girls and everybody that was with us, and everyone's like cheering for him. So
yeah, it was awesome. an exciting event. And then from there, we finished the night over at Sky like we always do, and that was obviously fun as it always was. We packed that place as tight as we could fit it, and I mean, that was kind of night one.
Yeah, I mean, this trip too, when we kind of came in on like in the afternoon on Monday, helped out rather than going straight there from our travels.
Oh fuck, night and day, dude.
Yeah, it was like kind of started with like a fresh, we got some nice sleep, and then basically, I mean, I was ready to go that night. I felt good and stayed out longer, definitely a lot longer than normal.
You know, something that just popped in my head. The money has changed over there when it comes to 20s.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're somebody that likes to do money rain, we know most of you haters that watch our shit don't like it and talk shit about it, but for you guys that do enjoy it, unfortunately, the Philippines government is moving away from 20 peso bills, and they're moving into coins. And the coins are fucking big. They're almost like a U.S. silver dollar, so it's nothing you can throw on stage because you'll probably hurt somebody. So as they've rolled out this coin, they've started to hold back the paper 20s. So turns out you can't get 20s anymore. You have to go with 50s, and that's what we did. Obviously, it's a little more expensive. You know, the conversion when we were there at the time, I think, was 58 to 1. So instead of, throwing a couple cents in a 20 bill, you're throwing almost $1, which it is what it is. But I mean, that's out of our control. And me and Glenn always say, if it's out of your control, there's no reason to worry about it. So yeah, we had to level up and spend a little bit more money for all you pocket watchers out there.
There you go. And I mean, we were able to figure out like how to get it too. That was like we got put in contact with one of the big money changing companies over there, and we were able to just deal with them directly. The only downside is we had to take these stacks and then rubber band them into smaller ones to pass out, but that's not a big deal. But I mean, in the end, it was good because you count it and you kind of see what's going on.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, our whole money rain thing is based around giving and not showing off like everybody thinks we are. But as we always say, you're never going to see me and Glenn doing the money rain. It's always part of the crew or the girls that are with us. So it's more money for the people at the end of the day. It costs us more money, but the goal is to have everybody that's working in those bars when we go is to make a little bit more money. So that's the positive of it. And now that we have a direct connect to the money changer, it makes it easy. I just thought of that while we were talking, so I figured I'd throw it out there. So if you're going to AC and you want to do money rain, it's 50 bills are the way to go now. So then the second part I wanted to get into is I wanted to talk about the fucking Atlantis dollhouse and the revamp with the new ownership management there.
Yeah, I mean, no, it was a good time. Atlantis was awesome. I mean, I'll get around to making a video, but yeah, we started the night of our before we went and
the second bar hopping night.
The second bar hopping, and I mean, was Jamie, I think his name is.
Yeah,
he was cool, and he welcomed us, and basically it reminded me of like how it was, like when we first went years ago, and it was packed and.
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah. But let's back up a little bit. Yeah. So Monday night was the first bar hopping night we just talked about. So Tuesday night we didn't have an event planned, but the new management of Dollhouse in Atlantis invited us to go over to Dollhouse and check out the construction of Dollhouse. It wasn't open at the time because it's being renovated. We put out a little video. Maybe you've seen it, but go check it out if you want to see the renovations going on there right now. I would imagine it's done. I mean, we're sitting here at the end of January. I know they were saying they were going to hopefully have it open by New Year's. I haven't confirmed that, but we'll check. So that was really cool to see, and we can't wait to go back to Dollhouse. And then like Glenn started talking about, night 2, we kicked off at Atlantis, which was fucking awesome. Yeah,
no, it was good times. And I mean, even going back to the Dollhouse thing, we've had plenty of good memories and good times there. And obviously we talked about, I think briefly in that video, about how you used to connect right into Crystal Palace, and that's all I remember is going to those 2 bars basically, back in the day. But yeah,
now they're separated into 2 separate establishments. There's no walkthrough anymore, but still both, Crystal Palace was awesome, and I can't wait to see the new Dollhouse because like Glenn said, that place is iconic on that street. I mean, basically that little triangle right there between Atlantis, Dollhouse, and Sky that it makes, that's the heart of it,
Yeah.
Right where Carousel Hotel is. So yeah, we went over to Atlantis, kicked off kind of early there because we had the pool party later that night. So we started the night there, and the Atlantis rolled out the red carpet for us. Jamie's the man, the whole staff, Agnes, everybody there was fired up to see us, and we basically took over the whole second deck with the entire crew, all the angels, and spent about an hour and a half there, and had a great fucking time. And I'm sure Glenn will put some clips together for the podcast, but also it's going to make a whole video on it eventually.
Yeah, no, it was kind of reminding me, like, back in the day, obviously, when, I mean, my first experience of walking into that place and, like, looking up, and that whole second level was just, you know, covered with girls. And I remember, and that's basically what it reminded me of, because obviously everyone that we came with, we all just, like, kind of took over the second floor, and all the girls were all, like, standing up on that railing. So,
and Amy from Carousel Hotel joined us.
That's
to
right.
Atlantis, and she rang the bell, or she pulled the balloons. She pulled the card for the balloons. That was awesome.
She was pretty fired up to go with us. I remember her telling me early, like, after we did the podcast, like, she was, like, fired up to go party or go out. I don't think she stayed out too late, but she came out with us.
Yeah, she was there for the whole time we were at Atlantis, and she didn't come to the pool party. She had to go home to go to sleep to go to work the next day, but that was a cool part of Atlantis.
Yeah.
Another cool thing is we saw the two owners the next morning, and one of them that we weren't talking to when we set up the party was, you know, saying he expected when this party was set up, it was going to be like, we told him we were going to bring maybe, you know, 50 to 70 people. We weren't sure. We never know who's going to show up. And so they were expecting 50 to 70 people, and they were expecting it to be all guys.
Yeah.
And that's what he was telling me. He's like, I walked in the bar, and there was, like, you know, 100 girls that didn't work for me in the bar. He's like, I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I thought that was pretty cool. It's like, no, dude, we roll with everybody. Majority girls, but we had, you know, a lot of the subscribers and friends of ours that are guys as well. I would say that it was probably like 50 girls and like 30 guys, if I was to estimate.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, like, another thing I mean we were going to talk about is just, like, the people we met through this. Like, I mean, it was a short trip, but, you know, the time we did go over there, and we did, you know, we met a couple of guys that were fucking awesome. They were cool guys that were positive, you know, stoked about just being in AC and just enjoy whatever, you know.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's give them shots out and start. We'll start with Todd G, who's the fucking man. Todd, shout out to you. Hopefully you watch this. Todd's been a subscriber and a commenter on our page for a while now, a super positive guy, and met him, like, officially at the pool party. He came up, introduced himself, and told me his handle on YouTube, and got to talk to him. He's from Florida, lives in AC, fucking awesome dude, and big supporter of ours, and now he's part of the family. You know, he's gonna come. I'm sure if he's in town, he's gonna come to our events. So
yeah, no, it was cool. Like, at the pool party, also, like, you know, I was obviously, when I saw you talking to him, I went over and he, like, introduced himself. Cool guy. So
yeah, super cool guy. And then the best story of the whole trip is the next guy we met, BJ Yates. So shout out to BJ from Philadelphia. BJ is special in regards to, like, this is, like, part of the reason me and Glenn started this channel and started doing this, was to get this type of content and lifestyle to guys out there that didn't know it existed. I don't think he saw our content first, but after talking to for a while, he basically told me he had been planning this trip to Angeles City for, like, going on, I think he said 7 years.
That's
and
awesome.
Lives out in Philadelphia, super cool guy. You know, said he's got, you know, kids, single father type deal, and his kids are all grown now, and he'd been planning this trip, and he came across our content along the way and happened to, you know, have his trip set up when we were there. I think he was there for a lot longer than we were. But anyways, he hit us up on Facebook, and, you know, we told him about the pool party at the hotel, and he showed up, and it was fucking amazing to hear his story, and he had a great fucking time, and it was like, what's the word I'm thinking of? It was kind of validating for me, and I would imagine you feel the same way, that, like, our content got to a guy like that. He joined the party. He saw this other life you can have outside of, you know, the American rat race and misery that most older men live in, and it was awesome.
Yeah, no, it was, I talked to him for a bit, and he was, I mean, just nonstop positive guy. And I mean, I just remember him saying how he you know, back home, like, none of his friends, no one knows. Everyone just thought he was crazy for going to the Philippines
by himself.
And it's like, I mean, the guy ended up, you know, having probably the best time. And I mean, he called it, like, best time, like, the best trip of his life. And he just was super, like, you know, he always just reinforced that, like happiness of, like, you know, the shit that we feel, right? So it was cool. Obviously, we didn't spend a lot of time, obviously, just that night. And we went to Sky later. Like, he was throwing money.
He had a blast at Sky, dude.
Yeah,
we were giving him 50s. He was throwing them on stage. He was having a fucking great time.
No, it was just one of those things where, because I remember, like, I think we were both like trying to like get him, like tell him where the party was and all that, and then like we were all there already, and he rolled up, and I remember just being like, and he came over. I think he came over like right over to me, and I think I was with Eric or something, and just introduced himself, and then they clicked like, oh, dude, you're the guy, and he was just like stoked to be there. So
for sure, and I spotted him off of his Facebook profile because like I was in communication with him earlier that day.
Okay.
Or actually the day, the first night, he, for whatever reason, he didn't make it out the first night. He got into something else. But I recognized when I saw him at the pool, I recognized him from I'm like, dude, that's that guy BJ that I was texting with. Yeah. So I went right up to him once I saw him. I think you had already talked to him at that point, and introduced myself to him, and so it was fucking awesome. But back to the point, it's like, that's what we've been trying to show people, is that you can go on a trip overseas with whatever budget you got and have a great fucking time, and whatever rut you're in life or whatever fun you're not having, you can have it, you know.
That's it, man. That was it. That was like the main, I mean, his main thing too was like he was staying a little longer obviously after we left, but I mean, he just was like, basically, you know, he was just like so happy to just be like, I don't know if he was traveling anywhere else in the Philippines, but I mean, he was stoked to just be in AC. So,
and that's our target audience, and that, we always talk about how it's hard to get this type of content out to those people that are looking for it because they don't know what they're looking for, and they have to literally like stumble across it. And me and Glenn keep trying to figure out different ways to hack these algorithms to get these things to, you know, guys that may be in his situation or people that are looking to go have fun. But to actually see that happen to fruition in front of our eyes and meet the guy was fucking awesome, dude. I mean, it made my whole trip just getting to know that guy and talking to him.
It was a good time. And there was what was that other guy? I mean, I'm sorry if I forgot your name, man, but that guy, I think he was at a Carousel, and then he obviously went bar hopping with us, but I mean, he was like basically, you know, he goes AC and had a good time, and you know, I talked to him a bit, but
well, that's the cool thing. And like going back to like BJ, like not only did he got to go party with us, like he got to meet a bunch of guys that have been partying with us that actually live there, like AJ and Chubbs, like Chubbs' buddy that also vlogs. Like, so like to quote Eric from Video Lux, it's like we've created a community. So it's like now BJ, a guy like BJ that came and met us, partied with us, he met all these dudes that party with us that actually live there. So now he's got friends that are there. So whenever his schedule and time permits for him to go back, I mean, hopefully it's when we're there. If it's not, he's got a community of guys he's already met, partied with, and, you know, can meet up with if he wants to. And
yeah, and I mean, whatever his, you know, plan is, if, you know, he could always ask those guys, you know, questions about moving there or whatever, you know, how is it living there, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if that's what he wants to do, move there. But it goes back to the community thing. It's like, that's what we're trying to create. And that's the cool thing about like the crew or entourage that rolls with us. You got guys that come on vacation and meet up with us. You got guys that actually live there, that are retired there. And then you have all the people that are local that we know, you know, from the Angels to, you know, Bernie and all his buddies, to Aaron, the tattoo artist, and all of our different friends. And, you know, I mean, how many times have people met up with us and then met Aaron and then decided to go get a tattoo, you know?
Oh, yeah. No, it's happened numerous times. So.
It's like a bigger, you know, community that we're basically trying to create, and it's working.
No, I mean, this trip definitely was it was a little different than than the previous trip, because I think we kind of, you know, threw it out there we were going, and then, you know, we met, you know, a couple people that we hadn't met before. But this one, you know, with the pool party and stuff, it was kind of like there was just a lot more people that, you know, whether they came with someone else they knew, but it was just I met a lot more people, and it was awesome. I had a good time. Yeah,
so the Penthouse Hotel pool party was pretty cool. I mean, they had an elevator issue, so a lot of us took the stairs. So if you're a soldier and you walked up the, whatever it was, 27 flights of stairs like I did, that was pretty fucking good workout. It was pretty cool. About the parties, like, so the history of the parties is like, it was an idea me and Glenn had a while back, like when we first started it. And I mean, for full disclosure and honesty, like when we started filming, we had select couple bars we could film at, like Sky and Genesis and, you know, Vegas were pretty much the only bars that would allow us to film. And that was due to our long standing relationships with them, right? And how much times we'd been in there and money we'd spent before. And but we wanted to get new content. Like, we wanted to push the channel farther. So we kind of came up with the idea, like, let's rent out a dance club, have a party, invite all of our friends and everybody we know. And then it was an opportunity to create more content, right? So it was like two birds, one stone, like kind of like a celebration for everybody that's supporting us. And then also on the selfish side, we get a cool content for the channel. And that's kind of how we started it. And we've had, 4 or 5 of these parties since. But after this last trip, me and Glenn were talking, because something that's starting to happen now, obviously, as you saw with like Atlantis and Dollhouse, the bars are kind of coming to us now and inviting us to come, because they see our content's positive, and we're basically just trying to bring business and shade a beautiful, fun light on these places, because that's what it is and that's what we do. And so now we have a lot more options, right, of where we can do this. So me and Glenn were talking, I don't know if we're going to keep doing parties at a dance club, or might just do more bar hopping, because a lot of these bars are requesting we come, which at the end of the day, it's the same thing.
No, definitely.
It's just a big party, but...
Yeah, I was surprised. We'll see if it happens, but yeah, it would be cool to check out different places, especially, bars that, we've not really even gone to, or we haven't been in, so.
And it goes back more to like the mission of like trying to show people what's out there and available. Private party's fun and all, but it's not reality. Like if you're sitting in wherever, Alabama, and you're like, I want to go to Angel City, and you watch our private party video, you're like, well, I'm not going to go there and go to a private party unless I go when those guys have one, and that might not fit your schedule. So it's like we want to show more of the different establishments and bars that are there. So it's kind of working hand in hand. And as more of these bars reach out to us, like Avalon we've been to, and their manager reached out again and wants us to come back. But we got to hit all those Wolfpack bars. And at the end of the day, I think we can showcase more bars, so get more word out there about these different places you can go party at. So that leads us into our next trip. Mine and Glenn's schedule for 15 years has been clockwork due to our careers and our work and our business. And it was basically every 3 months we would go on these trips, and it was always the same 3 months. And unfortunately, due to constraints out of our control, that's kind of changed. And so we are going to be on a different cadence, and we're still going to try to go every 3 months. But this last trip was in December. Our next one's unfortunately not going to be till May due to work, and we have to get, basically have to load 2 cargoes before we go. So with that being said, May 7th is the day we've circled to do the next trip, BNAC on the 7th and bar hop on the 7th, which I don't remember what day of the week that is. I want to say it's a Thursday.
I think we leave here Tuesday.
Yeah, so we land in the middle of Wednesday. So yeah, it's a Thursday. So the big bar hopping nights would be the 7th and the 9th, which would be, Thursday and Saturday, which is probably better than, what we did last trip, which was a Monday and a Wednesday. Because like Monday, Atlantis and Dollhouse weren't even open. Obviously Dollhouse was being renovated, but Atlantis wasn't even open. So that's going to expand the places we can go. And like I said, we got a list of bars that are asking us to come. So I think on the next trip, there won't be a private party. We'll just do like 2 fat bar hopping nights and try to hit at least, 3 to 4 locations each night.
Sounds like a good time, man.
Get the footage, have the fun, and then help promote some of these bars.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It seems far away from now, but with time moving so fast, maybe we'll be here before we know it.
I think it's 94 days.
Yeah,
so it's not that bad. It will come pretty quick. And as we bought our tickets, like our major plane ticket from Honolulu to Manila. Obviously, our work schedule could change and we could have to maybe reschedule it or change the dates. I don't think so at this point. And obviously, we'll keep everybody updated through short videos and the podcast, because we'll go back to doing the podcast weekly with me and Glenn here at the studio. But that's kind of the plan for the next trip, May 7th, 2 big bar hopping nights. And hopefully, if you watch our podcast and you want to set up a trip, that's a great time to come. We'll be there. Unfortunately, AJ messaged me. He's going to go back and visit his mother. It's her birthday and Mother's Day that week, so we're not going to see him, which sucks.
That's a bummer.
We'll catch up with him on the next one, definitely.
Yeah, and we've been getting like a lot of people kind of reach out, positive stuff. So it's good, because we kind of hit that little negative spot for a little bit early on, like when we first got back, like a month ago.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get the shit talkers again. I mean, it's funny how it kind of comes in waves. Like, we'll put out a bunch of videos and it'll all be positive, and then we'll put out some videos and it's just all negative. Obviously, you got like our Todd, like guys like Todd G who are always supporting us. Oh, the other guy who we haven't met, but Slick Rick, dude.
Oh, yes.
Slick Rick is the man. He's from California like we are. He's a 49er fan like me. He's jumped on, a bunch of our videos, commented, and
yeah, guy's the man.
I've been chatting back and forth with him. So shout out to you, Slick Rick. You're the fucking man. Can't wait to meet you someday in Angeles. Maybe even at Levi Stadium sometime. But yeah, so that's another guy I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, that's it, dude. It's all about meeting those type of good people, right? And just brings like you said, the community. It's a good thing, man. That's
Eric, dude. Start the community, and that's what we're trying to do, right? So next week's podcast, we'll shoot next week. We got one of the crew members that we've met who lives over in AC. His name's Miles. He's actually originally from Honolulu or Oahu, where me and Glenn live. And he's kind of became our party photographer. He's into photography, and we met him a couple trips ago, and got to know him a little bit, and then he started emailing us some photos that we use for our content. So he's the man, takes great pictures, and he's going to be in town visiting his family here. So he's going to sit down with us next week.
Nice. That's awesome.
I don't know much about his story. I know he's from Hawaii. I think he was military. I think he's retired, and I believe he lives in Angeles now or somewhere in the area. So we'll get deep into it with him, his whole story, how he got there.
That's perfect.
What his living expenses are, what he thinks about living there. And then, we can ask him about his experiences with us, and it should be a good podcast. I'm excited to sit down with him.
Hell yeah.
So that's next week.
That'll be perfect.
But yeah, going forward, we'll get back into the weekly podcast. And like I said, May 7th, the setup trip. Anything else from the trip you can think of? I mean, it's almost 2 months now since we've been there. So,
no, I mean, the idea of like doing the the podcast over there and getting different guests. I think that thing was pretty cool because we were able to basically sit down with people like Amy, which I knew nothing really about her story, which is kind of cool, and then obviously reconnecting with people that we've met. So. I don't know. I think that was a positive, and it just shows like we knocked all those out in one day.
No, that was a work day.
Yeah,
man.
like we literally sat down with everyone and filmed all of it before we went out. So it's like at least we know we could do it, and we have the fucking capabilities of obviously getting all the content we need, and obviously we don't want to do it all in one day, but. I guess what I'm trying to say is just that was a cool experience, and then because it was kind of work, but then we obviously had a good time and partied. But we should definitely try to see if we can interview or meet up or talk with other people, and because it's always good. I always just like hearing people's.
Oh, dude, it's the best hearing people's stories, and we say this on a lot of the podcasts. If you want to be on our podcast, let us know. We'll sit down with anybody and everybody. I do get comments every now and then, what do they got to do to get on the podcast? All you got to do is fucking ask. There's no secret to this. No. We're down to talk to anybody that,
You're a positive person that's And
even if you're not, even if you think what we're doing is fucking bullshit, let's sit down and talk about it. And we'll give you our point of view on why we do it, and you can tell us why we're wrong, and maybe we can come to a fucking agreement or, some type of, meet in the middle, or maybe we leave and you still think we're fucking idiots. But yeah, anybody, I mean, I would love to have somebody sit down with us. It's just let's get into that. One of the comments we got, I don't know, a month back. So the guy basically said we're ruining it for everybody else because now the people at the bars just want money for nothing. And it's all right, motherfucker.
I do remember that.
Remember that? Yeah. I'm paraphrasing his comment, but it was something like you're spoiling the people that work in these bars and now they don't think they have to work for their money. And it's are you fucking kidding me? They are working. Yeah. I don't understand that logic at all. Not I would love to sit down with the dude and be explain to me what you think you deserve by going into a bar and not spending money, and a waitress is supposed to come bring you your fucking drink. Okay. You pay for the drink.
I wish we because it was so early when we first got back. It's been a month already when we got a ton of the hate, right? Or and we'd fire back and shit. And I just I obviously a month ago I forgot about it and I don't remember, but yeah, it was just random shit people were saying, and it was just crazy triggered people, dude. It was the stuff that was, I don't even remember. This one guy was well, he kept saying, like, some guy, like, created, like, a post about us. Like, he didn't even have a channel, remember? He just, like, he just, like, created a post about us being, like we go after, like, trash. I don't remember what exactly was said, but it's just funny because it's, like, I mean, it kind of died out, so I forgot about it, but...
Well, yeah, that guy was trying to say that we're promoting illegal style business. Read between the lines on what that is, and it's like, motherfucker, no, we're not.
Yeah.
Like, we're not there for that. We're not promoting it. We're not talking about it. Like...
Yeah, not one of them. Not. I mean, even on these podcasts, we don't talk about it.
No, and that's not. We've never been about that. It's like whatever happens in these places happens, but we're there to, like, create that community of people that want to go out and have a good fucking time and show people that maybe if they're not having fun in their life, to come do this and see if it, you know, puts a fire under their ass and they have fun again. Like, that's what we're after. And what people don't get is, like, in these other countries, like, you know, you have these entertainment districts, if you will. Like, it's not just about the illegal shit that can happen there. It's a lot of these places, like we saw it in Vietnam and we've seen it in Thailand. Like, they are literally entertainment centers where local young people go party too. Like, it's a party area. Like, yeah, just like anywhere, you go to a party area in the U.S., there's going to be illegal drug sales going on, you know, in the bathroom or behind closed doors or, like, out in the front. Like, there's always illegal shit happening behind the scenes anywhere you go where there's partying, right? But it's like, do you take part in that or do you not? Like, it's up to you. If that's what you're into, fucking go for it. Like, you know, deal with the law if you run into it. But wherever you have these entertainment type districts, it's like people go to have fucking fun. And that's what we're trying to show. So yeah, fuck that guy that was trying to say we're, like, feeding into it, because, like, no, we're feeding into a party community and trying to show people that it's cool to have fun and it's cheap.
That was it. Yeah, no, I totally forgot about a lot of that shit. But it was, like, early on, like, right when we got back. And I was telling you, I bet you it had a lot to do because obviously, like, Chubbs has a bigger channel. He just probably has more people that, you know. And so I think it was right after that podcast we put out, and it was probably people that just, like, commented because they fucking probably had, you know, they were triggered by whatever Chubbs does or whatever.
Well, yeah, it goes back to that trigger. And then we had the one guy, I don't remember what he said, but he personally attacked me and said my eyes were too close together. And I forget what his whole trip was about our channel, but...
He was worried about you looked.
Yeah, he was all worried about my looks. It's like, all right, dude. But I think he was on some trip about, like, we look like douchebags, like, trying to, like, look like big shot type of things. And it's like, obviously, like you said, it's a triggered response to somebody seeing one of our parties in a video.
What's funny is, like, if we worried about, like, what people thought, like, why the fuck would we create content, dude?
And keep doing it, you know?
Like, we've obviously got to a point in our lives where, like, I mean, my family knows I, like, make content about this shit. Like, I talk about it, and I go over there, you know, and it's just funny because if you're insecure about that place, which most of these trigger dudes are, it's like, that's why they look at us and, like, I can't believe they're doing that. It's like,
oh, this guy was such a triggered, insecure fuck. Because, like, my response back to him, because he was talking shit about Angeles, he was saying we were trying to act like big shots. He said my eyes were too close together on my head and I looked like a weirdo. And my response back to him was basically like, why don't we meet up in Angeles City? Like, how we invite people out, like, come with us and, like, see if we change your mind. And he took that as, like, he wanted to fight me. So I'll be there any place, anytime. And it's like, bro, I'm not trying to fight you. I'm trying to show you what we do. And if you don't like it, fine. But maybe we'll change your mind. And then he went off on some trip about how he owns all these condos. And back to his insecurity, like, he felt the need. First, he called me the big shot, acting like a big shot. Then he wanted to, like, tell me in the comments, like, how many condos he owns in the fucking Philippines. Well, it's like, buddy, owning a condo in the Philippines is like owning my truck in the U.S. It's like, what, 50 grand for a fucking condo? Like, that's what my fucking truck costs, you fucking loser. But anyways, you're calling me a big shot, and then you're talking about what you own? Like, I'm not telling you shit about my finances, you stupid fuck.
Yeah, there's too many... God, dude, now it's bringing back all these, like, because like we literally went on this, like, and like I was telling you, I think it all had to do because obviously Chubbs has a huge channel, and he has a lot of, you know, I'm sure he has a lot of fucking, you know, fucking haters and people that are triggered by his shit, and I think it just spewed into ours, and we hadn't had that many, so we were like firing back, and I mean, it was kind of like, it was good engagement, like shit we needed, but then it died out because we started doing positive shit, like we had like a Nikki on, and we had, you know, Amy and
there's not much to hate on that, like, shit, you know.
So it was like, that's kind of where I think it came from, but
I'm sure the Eric one you released last night will probably bring some type of hate comment because
he has a big channel.
He's a big channel, and he's a vlogger, and he parties and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could just understand the mindset, but it's fun to to talk back and and be like, hey, like, why are you so triggered and you're consuming pig?
I mean, we're going to keep making it. People are going to dislike it, but we don't do it for them. I mean, they're more than welcome to watch it. We do it for the guys like BJ Yates and Todd G and Slick Rick and all these guys that we're meeting that like what we're doing and want to be a part of it. I mean, that's what we're after.
That's it.
And we'll just deal with the trolls one by one. It was interesting talking to Chubbs when he was saying, like, when he first, started, he was taking it really personal, and he would hide the comments and he wouldn't respond. And now he's kind of like built a thicker skin, and I don't think he engages like we engage with these assholes, but he'll engage back, but he doesn't push it off to the side like he used to, which is good. I mean, Chubbs is a cool guy. He's making content that's cool, and like you said, he's got a bigger
he's also
following.
making he's making money and stuff, so I'm sure he's just like there's no point to we're fucking over here, like our channel's small, we could just I love talking back, it's fun.
Oh, it's the best part of it is seeing what these idiots come up with. Back and forth with them.
Anyways, I didn't I didn't want to bring it to that, but it was I was just thinking back of the last month and us posting those things, and then just brought it back to.
I don't even know how do we get to start talking about this.
Because I was just thinking about how when we started doing the podcast, posting them, and then it early on, right when we first got back from the trip, it was I thought that's just how it's gonna be. I was like, fuck, dude, we're gonna get all this hate, and then it kind of died out. But
like you said, with the Nikki one and the Amy one, I don't know what there really is to hate about. Especially Amy, she's like the nicest person on earth,
Yeah.
And AJ's doesn't bring much hate. He said he doesn't even get hate. He just gets thumbs down.
Yeah. And calls people pocket watchers.
Pocket watchers.
That's the best one ever.
Yeah. If you thumbs down an AJ video, my views your world, you're a fucking idiot. The guy's just walking around showing you his experience. Thumbs down it. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, fuck, dude. There's probably more people than we know out there.
Well, one of the cool things in the Eric podcast was when I asked him, what's the biggest misconception, his viewers think of him, and he said that he's a sexpat and all this shit. That's what people think. And it's obviously the guy's the complete opposite. He went there for a corporate job. He's married. And he's like, yeah, these guys think I'm paying these girls to go out with me. I'm like, no, dude, that's us. We're the ones paying girls to come out with us.
That's funny.
The angels are all on fucking salary, man. We're not hiding behind it. But it's part of the fun, right? I don't know, man. But it's good planning the next trip. I'm excited.
Yeah, we got plane tickets. That's the best part.
And now I'm excited, who's the next BJ we meet? Who's the next guy that ends up out there when we're there and meets up with us and tells us his story. And that's what's motivating as fuck, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I think we've talked about it too, where it's it's starting to, we're starting to get, meet or, talk to people, more and more people like that. So hopefully this type of stuff, finds you. And
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. In social media, the more value you can bring, the better you're going to do, right? And a lot of that has to do with education or teaching people fitness or finances or all that type of shit. And obviously, we're not teaching people anything, but we're just trying to inspire people to try something different. And if what we do looks interesting, give it a shot and see how it makes you feel. And if that inspires you, that's the way we're trying to, create value for people and give back. And we'll keep doing it just because we enjoy it and we want to share the experiences we have with other people so maybe they can try it. It's the fucking basis behind all this, and we'll keep talking about it. But
we've been fortunate, dude, to keep going. So
yeah, nothing lasts forever.
Nothing lasts. So we'll keep doing this until either we can't or I don't know.
So yeah, we'll wrap it up next week. We got Miles coming in, and that will be a cool podcast. So once we film that one, tune into it. We appreciate all the support and kind words from all the people that do like what we're doing, and all the people we mentioned. It was great to meet you and hear your stories, and hopefully we can meet more people like you, and the people we did meet can keep coming out and doing the same thing with us. And like I said, May 7th is the date we're planning for the next one, bar hopping. And I don't have a plan of where we're going to go yet, but I would imagine one of those nights we're going to start at Atlantis, and the other night we'll start at Dollhouse or vice versa. just because they're right next to the hotel and they're, you know, a great party and great hosts. So, and if you are a bar owner, manager, and you'd like for us to come, hit us up. We're more than fucking happy to throw a fucking party at your place and have a good time.
Perfect.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll fucking do this again next week.
All right. Thanks.